guys, this is Ian here from Toughen Up Training. Today I'm down here at Jenkins Gym and I'm just going to be going for my first video, which is basically demonstrating how to do a deadlift. The main difference between a deadlift and a squat, which a lot of people get confused about, is the action of your hips. Okay? So for a squat, what you need to do is take the arms across the shoulders. You're going to be doing a nice full knee bend. Okay? But for a deadlift, we're actually going to be using our hips more. So it needs to be a little bit more pushing the hips back, because as you come up through the movement, you're going to be driving your hips forward, and that's where you generate most of your power from. The big muscles that are being used here for deadlifts, obviously glutes, hamstrings, lower back, all of your posterior chain, those are all the muscles that generate power and explosiveness. So this exercise is great for burning a lot of calories, but also really good for if you're transitioning for a sport or something along those lines as well. So for your deadlifts, there's 3 cues that you can have. First one is keeping a neutral spine, which basically means not collapsing through your lower back. So you don't want to be folding over. Okay, you've got to make sure that you're tilting your hips, pushing your hips back, making sure you get a nice strong curve in your lower back here. Okay, while you're doing that, you've got to make sure that you're locking your core in as well. Second cue, you've got to make sure you're using your glutes. So you've got to squeeze your bum as you come up. So as you come up from the bottom range, you bring your hips forward, you have to make sure that your glutes are being locked. Okay, glutes are the biggest muscle in the body, okay, so they're going to be the strongest. So you've got to get those engaging to make sure that you can move the weight. And the third cue, basically it's got to be a controlled movement on the way down and explosive on the way up. Okay, so we've got to make sure that as you come up into the deadlift, it's nice and snappy. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate a few repetitions and I'll come back and reiterate the cues for you and we can have a go. So the first cue, you've got to make sure your hips are right back. As you come up, driving your hips forward, you've got to lock in the glutes, lock in the abs. As you come down, pushing your hips back. That's basically how you do a deadlift. So remember guys, 3 cues. Keeping neutral spine, so not collapsing, keeping the core locked in, and as you come up through the movement, driving forward through your glutes, making sure you're generating all that power. Okay? If you want, our one-on-one sessions here at Jenkins are available. If you want to come down and check it out, run through a couple of trial sessions with me, you can come down and we can have a guide exercise like this, changing up your routine. But just remember that deadlift is great, explosive power, great for sports, great for burning fat and weight loss. Cheers.